What makes music? We make music. Hello, welcome to Gogogin's. Welcome to Uncle Gogogin's workshop again. One of the very last ending episodes of this environmental series. Not to say that I won't be doing any more environmental work, but let's get down to it, shall we? Remember, the rules is if I'm going away from the C train to my bus, I pick up the newspapers, or if the newspapers are on the bus, I pick the newspapers and recycle it at home for recycled paper mountain. So we're putting it into the bag right here. See, it's in the bag. Some Tim Hortons paper. More Tim Hortons paper. I cannot believe that when Burger King has bought out Tim Hortons and they're getting rid of the Timbits. Not that I even eat the Timbits; they're too dry. But it's like a identifier of Canada. It's like if I was a Canadian company, I go buy out Krispy Kreme. Speaking of which, we had a Krispy Kreme here in Calgary. It was up in the north end of town, far, far away. Where all the offices, all the factories are, so you know the office staff and stuff off the factory, the salle d'atelier people would get Krispy Kreme. I only had it once in my life, and then poof, 3 years later it's gone. Anyway. Tonight's election night, so I'll be studying the elections and I'll be putting together this report, Dinesh, of what this whole magical playing with the trash is. This bag is mostly from Mount Royal College. This time I got a good haul from Mount Royal College. So let's get down to it, shall we? Tomorrow I'll be going to the my psychiatric meeting. And maybe I'll be able to come back in time and do the. I won't do Patterson Park, but maybe I can do the River Park, and I'll be doing the CHMA route. I want to show you guys the old routes and of what I used to do. I don't do it anymore because I don't travel there anymore. But those are my old routes, and see lots of bottles this time. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll be able to fill it up again and. Add that to our archive of bottles. Another funny thing to do with bottles and stuff is, oh look, I got some water in here. It's the end of it's autumn, so maybe I'll put on my neighbor's goo here. It's autumn, so it's an Indian winter. Indian summer, so it's a prolonged Indian summer. Normally, all this would be under frost by now. It's not. It is, yes and no. It is global warming, but also because it's seasonal. Some days we get dry years. Some days we get moist years. So I'm going to be doing the recount, but I'm going to be watching the accounts of the elections as they come in while I'm piecing together the paper, and hopefully the paper will make all this make sense there, Mr. Dinesh. I'm going to be also seeing if I can write to the city council about the shark population. Try to see if the city can ban shark fin soup in the city. The export of shark fin soup in Calgary. Well, it's practically full, so let's add this to the. Let's add this to the roster, shall we? Oh, I still gotta put away those clothing that I have. I don't know if I should throw these bags away. They smell bad, pretty bad, but they're still in good use. Remember the story of stuff: reduce, reuse, recycle, reduce or reuse your item artifacts. There's an old Chinese, like I said, there's an old Chinese legend that goes. There's a legend that talks about the Chinese immigrants to Canada, out to America. And it went along like this. It went along something like this. The Chinaman There's nothing wrong saying Chinaman, by the way. I have no problem saying that. The Chinaman can live like a prince on a few pennies a year. And this is why. So, here we have the super bag, and we have a little bag there. So we're gonna see if we can fill up the super bag. Fill up the super bag by the end of the month, by the end of the week, something like that. So, there have it. There we have it. Googity Goo Mountain for the Boy Scouts. This one here is for my recycling. I didn't add my household recycling too. There's much more recycling to do, by the way. Much more recycling to do. Put this up here so I can look at you guys. Much more recycling. Hi! Much more recycling to do. In the house still. Those are household garbage. Those don't count. Remember, we're trying to do street garbage. Mount Royal street garbage. This is basically from Mount Royal College, from my walks downtown, newspapers that people leave on buses mostly. Story of stuff. So, that's that. Ooh, my double chin. The funny thing is I'm trying to lose weight too. I'm trying to do a swimathon thing so I can get myself ready for the Navy Reserves. Oh, ooh, we forgot the thing. Clean. Ah, fuck it. Look, this thing is covered in city snot. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to wear this or not. I might as well. So tonight is election night. I'll be doing I'll be reading in the counts of the elections, reading in how well, I myself voted for NDP, but I have no problems with the Liberal winning. Environmental of this is part 9 or part 10. I think this is part 9. I think I'm on part 10. Yeah, I'm on part 10. If that's the case, we must prepare our trash bags. If we're going to do a huge clean at Patterson Park, yeah. If we're going to do a huge cleanup at Patterson Park, I might as well get some of this bags going. Ooh. Thank you. Now time for my time for my theme song. Sort of like related to Boring Dispatcher's theme song. This is my theme song. Ha ha ha. Well, thank you for watching my show. We're gonna be right back. Well, it's getting kind of colder. The weather's getting colder, so I have to start doing these last-minute projects. Then I guess that's it. That's not to say that I'm going to stop doing this from now on. I just won't be filming it because I think I did all the filming already. And one thing I regret to do was to go to SO, but we just didn't have enough time to do the SO garbage bottle picking there. Maybe tomorrow. Always tomorrow, right?